Anyhow, notice these headlines: Cosby charged. They have gematria that connects to president. President equals 47 and 56 the small way. Cosby charged equals 56. Cosby charged the big way equals 110, just like president. I don't think this is any coincidence. I think this is all part of the subconscious programming, getting all these racially divisive stories in the time of the first black president. And long before these stories began, a lot of us know how having a black president automatically raised racial tensions, which are well ingrained in so many of us because we've grown up in a nation where our media, our education system, the people who live amongst us have been sharing and instilling these racist values. Racism, a very real part of this nation, something we are all subjected to, something we are all programmed with. So, the name William Henry Cosby, Bill Cosby's birth name, is a name with 96 gematria, the number of Freemason. It's very possible that Bill Cosby was born into a Masonic tradition. I don't know that Bill Cosby's a Freemason himself, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least. Many of these men in show business definitely are. The name Cosby has gematria of 64 in simple English, just like civil rights equals 64, the Civil Rights Act of 64. In history, the Bill Cosby Show debuted September 20th, 1984. This is a date with very Masonic numerology. I bring up this point because the Freemasons operate by a numerological code, such as charging Bill Cosby on the special date with the 42 connections. Notice the numerology of the debut of the show. Numerology of 113, like the words mainstream, dishonest. The word perjury equals 113. So does the word Scottish. And Scottish Rite Freemasonry is the branch of Freemasonry that dominates our government and dominates the entertainment industry. The majority of Masons overseeing sports, music, movies are Scottish Rite Freemasons. The ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry are 31, 32, 33. Add them together, it sums to 96, like the word Freemason. Notice that the date the show debuted, also a date with 33 numerology. Again, that name Cosby equals 64, like civil rights, also like Barack Hussein Obama, who was elected the 44th president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act in 2008. And think about how the face of the Civil Rights Act back in 64 was Martin Luther King Jr., who was assassinated on 4/4, April 4th. On the show, Cosby Show, Bill Cosby's character's name is, or the family's name is Huxtable. Huxtable is a word with 93 gematria, and this is another number that's been stamped on black Americans throughout history. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and many more, including people such as Bob Marley. Bob Marley, somebody who died by the numbers. Same with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. The word kill equals 44. Malcolm X died on a date with a life lesson number of 44. Martin Luther King Jr. died on 4/4, April 4th. Another headline CNN had up during the day was charged. They show him in this gray hoodie. That's the same picture that they used more than a year ago when the headlines began. What's interesting about charged is it has gematria 46. The prosecutor who filed the charges is named Kevin Steele, also having gematria 46. It's entirely possible that this story is just a contrived lie put out for propaganda purposes that even Bill Cosby himself is willing to play along with. Perhaps he has no choice. Perhaps these are the consequences of being part of this Freemason gang and being a black man. You know, Bill Cosby benefited the majority of his life from the entertainment industry. Here he is at the end of his life being put to shame by the numbers. The other thing interesting about Charged and Kevin Steele is that December, the month this happened in, the small way is 37 and the big way is 55. Kevin Steele also has gematria of 55. Charged, the small way, equals 37. Some things could be a coincidence. I just like to note the synchronicities. They set his bail at $1 million, meaning he had to post $100,000 to get out. They also had him in this black and white spotted outfit for his arrest. It could be a coincidence or it could be a signal. Black and white has gematria of 113, just like mainstream, just like dishonest, just like perjury, just like the numerology of the date the Cosby Show debuted. They give us that shot, the very disgruntled looking Bill Cosby. Now, I realize many men are abusive towards women, physically, sexually, emotionally. It is a problem in our society. But at the same time, stories such as this, shaming a person, they're of no benefit to anyone. What I realize just from living in this world is you get out and you try to talk to people about things that are important, they don't care at all. But something like this, a tabloid story about Bill Cosby or Tiger Woods, they're more than happy to talk about. They want to focus on other people's problems, problems that are irrelevant to them. So the mainstream media, they put out these stories for distraction, for racist programming, and really are to no one's benefit. So just wanted to show this, the significance of December 30th, why Bill Cosby was charged on this date. It's all part of a very racist code. It's all about provoking racial issues in the time of the Obama presidency. This is one of many stories that are contributing to this, from the shootings of black teens and black men to everything else we're getting. You know, basketball owners making racist remarks about black people, etc. All the stories we've gotten in recent time. Donald Sterling, so many more. Headlines of Donald Trump dominating the presidential polls while making rude remarks about people of all races, Hispanics, Asians, blacks. Remember, a black man was recently beat up at his protest, and what did Donald Trump say? He deserved it. Normally, when people make these kind of remarks, they're taken out of the media spotlight. But the media right now is rewarding the behavior because the agenda is racial divide. All right, truth seeker. Until next time.